So, hallo und herzlich willkommen zu einem neuen Interview hier bei MMA ohne Maske. Ihr seht schon den Gast, zu dem komme ich gleich. Das ganze Interview wird auf Deutsch sein. Das heißt, ihr könnt gerne unten den Untertitel anmachen. Ich glaube, die Funktion ist möglich. Und deswegen, so, now we came to our guest, Will fucking Fleury. Thank you very much for your time. How are you doing?
Yeah, well, it's good, man. Feeling fresh. No weight cut now, so it's Sunday, the week before the fight, and I feel a lot better than I normally would. Normally, I'd be absolutely starving and a little bit kind of beat down from all the training, but the extra calories are really helping the body to recover, so just feeling pretty fresh, yeah.
Yeah, no weight cut is sounds very good. You fight at heavyweight for the heavyweight title. We will talk a little bit about this, but before we talk about this, let's talk about a little bit about this journey. I mean, this is crazy. 11 months in the past. I exactly know this announcement video. You said I will smash everybody. I don't care about any names. And then you exactly did this. You beat Squaw, you beat Langer, then the title fight. Talk us a little bit through this ride about the last months. I think this was for you. I think the best months in your life, right?
Yeah, career was definitely. I think as well what happened, I broke my hand right before my first fight. So about 2 weeks before this first fight with Shakur, I was training over in Las Vegas and I was actually training with Sean Strickland and I threw like an overhand punch and it just hit like the end of his elbow. So he blocked like that and my thumb
Uh,
went there. So I broke my hand really badly. Um, and I was always very confident that if I got my chance in any good promotion like Octagon, that I would do really well. But having this hand broken and it was a really bad break, I was really worried that I'd never get my chance, and I was already 35 years old at that stage. Now I'm still 35, and I'm about to become a double champion. So it's crazy how quickly things have turned around, and like just by being willing to take that opportunity, it was a huge risk to fight with the hand broken. But I'm so happy that I did that and that I took that risk and that I backed myself in that situation. Um, and yeah, since then, like once I had to go away and get surgery after that fight and repair my hand, since then everything has just fallen into place really well. The Langer fight, it's like in Frankfurt with the stadium, it was an incredible experience. Obviously, the fight went really well. It's an amazing, like to get 60,000 people in a stadium is incredible, but to perform like that with that opportunity felt really, really good to do. Um, Now, I always believed if I got the chance, I would do that. I've trained so hard over the years, and I've continuously told myself I'm doing everything I need to do to be the best fighter I can be, to be at that level. But it's nice to prove it. It's a really nice thing to go out there and prove it. Like, hey, I did all this work, and this is why I'm at that level. And then obviously the Carlos fight was cool. Like, it was an amazing atmosphere. It was an amazing experience. And like, I really did think I'd be able to put him away in the first round. But fair play to him. He showed up and you know, I think that's the best version of Carlos we've seen in a while. And he fought his heart out and he managed to last it. And look, he showed some good things in that fight. I think, he was a better fighter in that fight than he's been for a while. And I have nothing but respect for the guy. But now it's all about this next fight. To me, all of that stuff is really nice, but it means nothing unless I win next weekend as well.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Let's talk a little bit about this Carlos fight. I mean, I was live there. We talked a little bit there, and for me, this third round was one of the craziest rounds I ever see live. This
Me
crowd,
too.
this crowd reaction, you hurt him so badly. I never saw one guy so hurt like this, and then I don't know. He jumped to the guillotine, and the whole arena was screaming. This was crazy. Um, Let us talk about this fight. Your emotions in this fight, in this third round. I mean, was this for you the craziest fight in your life?
That round was the craziest round of my life for sure. The fight overall, I was in a tougher fight with Norbert Noveni about 5, 6 years ago, which I lost. I lost the decision that night. Um, so that probably is the craziest fight I was ever in. But look, with the Carlos one, that third round, I thought once I got space and I opened up and I started to hit him, I could finish the guy. So in the first round, I landed a couple of really big shots once I got a little bit of space, but he was crowding me all the time. And once I got the space and I started to hit him, I thought it's only a matter of time because I was landing punches, and he was backing up and he looked pretty hurt. And,
Yeah.
then I come in and land some more. And at one point, he went onto his knee. So he went down onto one knee and I was hitting the side of his head, and they were good punches. And he burst back up. And, the crowd kind of roared a little bit then, but I was like, he's still not going to get away. And then I was landing, and he dipped. I kept missing because I was throwing a straight punch and he was dipping under. And I threw the uppercut, but I knew he's not going to come into it. So I pretended to throw straight, and he went down, and then I threw the knee up. And it landed
Oof.
like really, really hard.
This knee was
And I
crazy.
thought, yeah, it's over. It's done. Like once I felt that connection, I was like, great, thank God I won. And he stumbled and he just walked across the cage. But like, I kind of was ready to celebrate, ready to be like, nice one, it's over. And that's my fault. I messed up a little bit. That's me not being professional enough. But yeah, I was shocked that he managed to stay on his feet. And then I hit him a few times even after this. And then he came back with that crazy sequence where he just started throwing, and then he tried the guillotine. The guillotine was never really on, but I was just amazed that he still had that much energy in his body to be able to do that. So it was a crazy round. It was a really crazy round. And look, I'm glad I was the guy throwing the punches, not taking them. Yeah.
Yeah, I think in this fight or after this fight, you earned so much respect from the Czech and Slovakian fans, right? Do you feel this like in your, I don't know, with social media and something like this? Because I feel like the Czech fans know, okay, this guy is so big level, so high level fighter. Do you feel this now? This respect of this Czech and Slovakian
Yeah.
fans?
Yeah, no, I do. And it's nice. And look, even like after the fight, I see like a lot of people. Like even I was in the airport the next day and I couldn't believe the amount of people who were coming over to me and just shaking my hand and saying it was an amazing fight and well done. And, even they were kind of like thanking me for respecting Carlos. I was like, well, of course I respect him. Um, but now it's about the future. Like that was amazing. That was a great experience. I'm really like, I wanted to finish, but I'm still very, very happy with how that fight went. But to me, it's about continuing to prove how good I am. And like it took me a long time to get this opportunity in my career. And now I'm here and I have this chance. So I'm very determined to make the absolute most of it. All of the training over the years, all of the stuff that I've put into this sport, and all of the things that I've sacrificed, I feel like I owe it to myself to go out there and continue to show, hey, I'm not just pretty good. I'm world class. I've done what it takes to be a world class fighter. And there's a determination in that. So like as much as that's all really nice, it's about next week. It's all about like the next thing and then the thing after that and the thing after that and continuing to build and show, yeah, I'm not just some average European fighter. I'm a world class fighter.
Yeah, now you are light heavyweight champ. Next week in Stuttgart, in Germany, you fight for the heavyweight belt. But I exactly know after the Carlos fight, there was so many options staying at light heavyweight, going down to middleweight, up to heavyweight. Um, why why was the decision to go up to heavyweight and not go to game changer or fight other contender at light heavyweight? What was the decision or why you put this decision?
So I'll be honest, I was already planning to cut down to middleweight. I'd already started to try to lose a few kilos. And they called me, thankfully, they called me pretty early. So I fought on Sunday night. They called me on Thursday to say, do you want to fight Todev for the heavyweight title? And if there was a spot with the game changer, I probably would have done that. But then I found out the game changer spot is gone. And they said, look, it's a straight shot for the heavyweight title. And I thought, yeah, that makes more sense. Let's do that. So straight shot for a second belt. Your headline on the card in Germany, in Stuttgart, the amazing arena. And I just thought, yeah, okay, this is pretty cool. And I don't like not having to lose all that weight's kind of nice right now. I get to eat, I get to, your training feels a lot better when you're well fed. It's much
Yeah, for
harder to
sure.
go training when you're hungry and when you're already a little bit irritable and tired. So it's nice. This has been like, I understand right now it's easier when you get in for the fight. You're fighting a really big guy, so you better be ready. Like, so it's kind of, it's easier to train, but also I think Todev's a very good fighter, and I don't think it's going to be an easy fight. I think he's probably the hardest challenge out there for me right now.
Yeah, I think Todev is like a little bit smaller or shorter heavyweight. He's not so big. I think I don't know, but you are a little bit bigger than he or taller than he. How do you see Lazar Todev as a fighter? Like his progress in his last fights. How do you see him?
I think he's a very good fighter. I think he's probably the best guy I've fought so far within Octagon. Um, I look at how he moves. He's very mobile for a heavyweight. He moves really well, and like you can see, he's done like a lot of amateur, like that kind of amateur style boxing where he's like quite light on his feet, touch, touch, move, and back out. Most heavyweights don't have such good footwork. Um, and he's quite calm and he's good at not getting taken down. So he's very good at not getting put in certain situations, which is a real skill. So I think for a lot of people, he'd be a very difficult opponent to break down. But I feel like if I do the right things, I can break this guy. And relatively early in the fight. Look, I think he's a very good fighter, so I don't expect any of this to happen straight away. But I think over time I can start to break him down, and 6, 7 minutes into this fight, you'll start to see that he's kind of coming apart a little bit, and the speed is starting to get to him, and some of the patterns and the sequences I'm putting together are starting to have an effect now. But like I do really think he's probably the best challenge out there for me. Like if I went down to middleweight, I don't see who I can't beat. Like I challenged Murdoch because I thought he's probably the hardest fight out there for me right now. I think Todev is probably a harder fight than Murdoch. Especially I'm not gonna have like he's a very athletic guy. He's got very big legs. He stops the takedown very well. So I can't see myself having a significant size or power advantage over him. I might be a little bit longer than him, but I don't think I'll be any like more powerful than him. So it's a tough fight, but I'm very excited about it because I know what I can do. I know what happens to me when I get put in. Like when I travel and I train with people, they're always amazed of like, whoa, this guy's really high level. And I think Donov's kind of an underrated fighter. He's 11-6 with his record, but in his
Yeah.
last 10 fights, he's 9-1. And the one was the decision loss to Moel, and that was a close fight in my eyes as well. So like I think he's an easy guy to underestimate, but don't worry, I'm not underestimating this guy. And I'm very, very determined to become a double champ. So I'm excited about the performance I'm about to put in.
Yeah, he's a good striker, I think, but he's also very good on the ground. I think he finished a guy with a heel hook or something like this in Octagon.
Yeah, this was a little bit dodgy, this heel hook. I think the guy wanted to quit.
Okay, okay.
Like,
But
I know heel hooks. Don't worry, I train a lot with heel hooks, and this one was not fully in. Yeah, so I think that
but
guy just wanted out of the fight.
okay. But where do you see your biggest chances against Todev, in striking or on the ground? Because I think you are a good all-rounder, doing both good. Where do you see your bigger chances, or what do you? I don't want your game plan, but what do you plan? Strike with him or go to the ground?
Yeah, I think range on the feet will be my biggest weapon. He likes to be in and out all the time, and he likes to control the range. I think if you stop him from controlling the range, we're going to see a very different fight to what he's been in before. From that, then there's going to be a lot of options. So to kind of go like, look, he's very good at not going to the ground. He's very good at keeping his hips away. He defends. His reactions to the takedown are quite good, but he hasn't really faced a guy who's wrestled at the right time. If you look at Moel shot in every time just out of nowhere. He didn't set up the takedown at all. It's on me to go and set those takedowns up properly if I want them. But I would rather knock a guy out than submit a guy, always. But to be honest, no matter how I win this fight, I'm going to be proud of what I do. And
Okay.
I can't tell you exactly how the fight is going to go because all I can do is train everything as best I can, prepare myself for whatever way it goes, and I feel very well prepared no matter where this fight goes. But where does it go? Who knows? Let's find out.
Okay, this sounds very good. Let's talk about a little bit different one. Let's talk about the Irish MMA bubble. We know this. We see so many good fighters like Paul Hughes, Shamrock, you. Dan Frimpong is maybe not the best fighter, but he is. We will see. Sorry, Dennis.
He just
No,
talks more than he should for where he's at in his career. You know?
yeah. Right. How do you see the Irish bubble at the moment and the potential for the future? Maybe also with Octagon about Octagon Island. Maybe in the future. How do you see this?
Yeah, this is something I've talked about a lot. Ireland has an amazing fight scene. We've a huge amount of talent in MMA at the moment. And even you've mentioned Paul Hughes. You know, we also have like Ian Gary. We've got like this guy Kieran Clark who's undefeated. He's 10 and
Yeah,
0. We've got a young guy Dara Kelly coming up as well who's undefeated. And like I think all of Kieran's fights have been in Bellator. I think nearly all of Dara's fights have been in Bellator. And they're fighting high level guys and they're beating them. And it's not making a huge fanfare. So we have a lot of talent at the moment. I just think we need something to ignite it. Um, and even there's younger guys coming up all the time. And if I can be the one that can go over, keep smashing guys in Central Europe and becoming a big thing in Germany, and eventually there's potential to do a show in Ireland, or I get some really big opponent and we could bring that to Dublin, that would be incredible. Like I would love that. But at the same time, I don't think we're ever going to do anything like what happened in Frankfurt. And the potential for the German market is huge. You look
for
at it
sure.
like 60,000 tickets sold. There's 15,000 people coming to Stuttgart next weekend. It's incredible. And like, I feel really grateful to have the opportunity to go and fight in front of those people. And like, as much like I would love to bring a show back to Ireland. It would mean a lot to me because I've fought in the Tree Arena, which is our like national stadium for fighting really, and it's an incredible experience. The fans are amazing. There's such a good atmosphere. But I really feel like if I could go out and do this 3 or 4 times in Germany and people understood how good I was and, got into it and like saw the character that I am, there's potential to do that and create an amazing atmosphere wherever. And I don't know if like from an octagon point of view, they can make more money having that fight in Germany because they'll get a bigger crowd because it's a bigger market. And I understand that. But I would love, like, before I finish up with fighting, which will be a while, I've got another 5, 6 years, I think. I would love to fight in Dublin once more. So I think my job is just keep winning, keep winning, keep winning, and create the potential for that.
Okay. This sounds very good. I want to come to Ireland, hopefully also soon with Octagon, maybe or not.
Yeah,
uh,
good. You start campaigning too, okay? So I'll start talking about it. You start talking about it. We'll make them come to Dublin. Yeah.
okay. Um, in the end, I need. I hate this question, but give me a little. And I know fighters hate this question too, but give me a little prediction about this fight against Todev for the end.
Yeah. Look, I don't know exactly how everything goes, but I can see a late second round TKO. So I can see after 6 or 7 minutes, some of the patterns start to unfold. My shots start to land a little bit more, and whether it's on the ground or on the feet, I don't really want the submission. I think he's a strong guy and he won't gas out very quickly. So the submission's unlikely in the first 2 rounds, but I think I can TKO him in the first 2 rounds. And that's my goal. That's what I want. But hey, I'm open to anything.
Okay. This sounds good. Um, One last question. I mean, I look at topology and saw your first fight in Octagon was in April, and now we are March 2025, and I don't know if there any faster double champ in Octagon in 11 months. This is incredible. For the end, tell me a little bit about when you think about this in 11 months, double champ in Octagon. This is crazy, right?
Yeah, it is. It's incredible. But at the same time, I knew I had the potential to do this. And that's why the work was so important for all the years where nothing was really going well for me. Like, ultimately I've fought with a lot of big promotions and I've had success in all of those promotions. I was undefeated in the PFL. I was 4-2 in Bellator. anywhere I went, I did pretty well, but it never created a massive buzz. And as soon as I got signed with Octagon, I thought, no, these guys are promoting really well. They have the potential to, make me a big star. And I felt like as long as I go and do my job and like show the level I'm at, it's inevitable that big things will happen. But I'm very, very grateful for the opportunity, and I'm very, very determined to continue to exploit this. So, like, to be a double champ in a year, yeah, it should be crazy. It should be like, wow. But I'm like, yeah, makes sense, And it's more like, even already, and I don't want to, like, I'm not looking past Olaf. I think he is a very, very hard fight, and I think he's a good fighter. But I see potential to do so much more. I see huge potential in the future. And that's what's really exciting about it, because it's like, look, finally, all of the work is starting to pay off, and there's a chance now of getting something really, really big out of this. And being a double champion is huge. Like, to be a double champ, New York's biggest promotion, it's incredible. It's amazing. But it's like, okay, now I can go and prove to you, like, let's get in some fighters who were previously in UFC, some guys who, like, everyone thinks, oh, that guy's incredible, he's unbeatable. Like, okay, bring him in. Let's see what I can do with him. So there's huge potential long term. And that's what really excites me. That, like, being double champ, yeah, it's amazing. Like, I really, really want this. But already I'm thinking about there's so much more in the future. And that's what's the most exciting thing to me.
Okay, okay, okay. This sounds very good. I'm looking for the future with you and next week against Todev. Thank you for your time, and
Cheers.
you have the last words for your fans, for your supporters, and the German fans also. So you have the last word.
Oh, well, first thing I want to say is just thanks a million for coming out in Frankfurt. And a lot of guys after the show were buying me beers and whatever. So I like the German MMA fans. And just like, look, I see that the show in Stuttgart has sold really well. That's incredible. To be an Irish guy headlining a card in Stuttgart, it's amazing. And I'm glad I'm getting so much support. So thanks a million for that. And I'm very determined to put on a good show for the fans. And I'm very excited about the future.